So it's week 5, and this is my third take at trying to do this very sharp video, so I hope you watch them. Anyhow, this week we talk about the difference between managers and leaders. And we'll go into that a little bit more, but I want to talk a little bit about last week and Peter Drucker's chapter on effective executives and the discussion board leaders that we had. So we had 2 leaders last week in the fashion industry. We had Billy Reid, who is from the South, and we have Oscar de la Renta, who is originally from Dominican, who is world renowned. And the presentations were both fascinating, but most of all, the discussion was great. There were quite a few comments that came out, and I responded to some people by email, but I didn't respond to everybody. But a couple of things that I noted that I thought I would just mention. One of them, failure is not an option. Billy Reid had a terrible failure, but he didn't stop. He kept on going. Stay true to who you are. Both of those leaders really kept their humble roots. They were still, Oscar de la Renta still went back and he adopted a son from the Dominican. Billy Reid, very concerned about employing people in the South, little town in Alabama. Giving back, being a philanthropist, and sharing, I thought was really important. And the whole idea of keep dreaming. Both these people came from nothing and made something. And it's something we have to remember, that we don't have to be like Bill Gates, who came from a wealthy family. We can be just simple people, but within an idea and a passion to make something happen. So this week we're going to talk about managers versus leaders. We have 2 great presentations again this week. This week we're going to talk about leaders in interior design. One of our leaders is Dorothy Draper, and if you've ever been to a hotel and you've seen those great big floral print carpets, that's Dorothy Draper, or the bold black and white checked floors, that's Dorothy Draper. But more than being interior design, she was a leader in freeing women to work and be out of the house. So that was very influential of her. Our other leader is Philip Starck, and he is from France, and he believes in a concept called good goods. He's an environmentally devoted designer, where he makes goods that are going to be more kind to the environment, using resources that are going to be more kind to the environment. He believes in creating his interior design products for the masses, not just for the wealthy. So both of these people, have a mission and they have a vision. And when we think of the difference between managers and leaders, we've all had a manager. The manager is the person who shows you how you're going to do your jobs, making sure you're on time, making sure all the other people are working there. Just concerned about getting the task done, really. But the leader is the person who's not worried about the day-to-day. They give that to the manager. But the leader is the person who's thinking about, how do we grow? What is the next big thing that we have to be thinking about? What are the new innovations that we can come up with? And I remember when I was a manager at Siemens and I had staff people who worked for me, I was concerned about them doing the job, B, be able to give them their reviews, C, what do the customers say. But I was just concerned about getting the task done. When I became a director, though, for the division, the managers took care of the individual personnel. I was concerned for the well-being of the whole organization. I was concerned about making sure that there would be enough jobs, that my folks would be employed, because we were in a consulting world. So I was always looking for, where are the next big places that I can develop consulting services, next big clients, what is the next big market that we need to be preparing for, gearing up, and training my folks so that they would be prepared. And that's the difference between a manager and a leader. As we each go into our individual careers, we're going to start out with managers who are going to tell us what to do. But we're going to grow and learn from them. And how we learn from them is up to our own willingness to learn and our own imagination to grow. So anyhow, those are just some thoughts that I have. We have the community event due this week. Now, the community event, let's make it simple. Clearly, if you can go to an event, that would be great. And there's all sorts of events that come up, and maybe you've already gone to one. There was some kind of a press person who came. There was somebody from the State Department who has come. There might be somebody in your field who has come. You might have attended, a club. Any of those things count. Just write them up. But if you can't attend any of those events, there is always an art exhibit in the library in the hallway there, and you can go and look at those exhibits, whatever they are, the artifacts for the exhibit, and just write something. It doesn't have to be long. Send me a picture, but get immersed in something within school. It might be just attending Mass one day at 12 o'clock, but do something out of the ordinary to understand. Or it could be going to the commuter lounge one day, So try something different. Learn something new about Marymount and write it up. Send me a picture. And you don't have to send me a picture, but just get involved in that way. So hopefully that will help you through the week, and I hope you have a great week, and I will talk with you later.